I know these girls like they're my second family. So when it comes to them and leading this group, there's no pressure for me. It's just enjoyment. The fact that I can work with these girls in a different point of view, in a different perspective compared to before, it's just something that I find a lot of joy
But
in.
yeah, I
I think the amount of global impact that the USA men's have had on world cricket is just absolutely phenomenal. People weren't like really looking into cricket before. It was just developing in the United States, but they definitely used that world stage to the biggest influence and just made it boom.
Anika.
Good morning.
Okay. First, I must say, congratulations on you guys making the Under 19 T20 World Cup 2025. Amazing work so far.
Thank you. Thanks.
And my first question to you is just to tell us how you feel to be leading such an amazing group of young females player into this ICC T20 World Cup.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling, and honestly, like the amount of pride I have in representing these girls and leading this team is just something that's just so hard to put into emotions, but I'll try my best. I just think that this group is so talented in the fact that I get to work with them and lead them in a global stage and just get the best out of them every single day, not just on the field but off the field as well. It's an immense honor. It's an immense pride. Um, just the fact that I'm playing a World Cup in itself is a huge deal. And I know cricketers all around the world just dream that they'll one day represent their country and hopefully play in a World Cup. And the fact that I'm able to live out that dream is just so amazing. Definitely a dream come true. So yeah, I'm so lucky, so honored to be working with the best girls in the whole entire world, and that we can conquer this tournament together.
Okay, amazing. So, Anika, I know for you it's not your first World Cup. You would have represented the USA in the 2023 World Cup. Could you tell us how your experience back 2 years ago would have influenced you, your performance this current World Cup?
Yeah, I think my experience is something that I'm definitely taking into this World Cup, especially the other girls as well who have also played in the last World Cup, such as Dhingra, Aditi, Isani, Vaghela, Suhani, and a couple other girls. So the fact that we're using this experience to go together is just so great because in the last squad, the whole team was really young. There was a lot of 16-year-olds in that team, and it was the first time going to a really major tournament like that. And I think it's really helpful that now that we're the seniors in the team, now we're 18, 17, 18 years old, there are other youngsters in the team like Sanvi Madi, Chaitna Reddy, Mahi Madhavan, and I think that we can use our experience to just help them. It's definitely a big stage, so it's understandable if there are nerves. So I feel like using the experience and helping not only each other on the field, but off the field, managing those nerves, talking to the youngsters and helping them figure it out. I think that's a really big benefit that we have, the fact that we have this experience and just trying to make the full use of it as we go into this cup.
Thank you. And I know you guys are already off to a blister of a start, having victories against West Indies, New Zealand, South Africa in the warm-up games. With that, could you tell us, what the atmosphere is like in the camp after coming off such wins?
Yeah, the atmosphere and energy is absolutely amazing. It's definitely the place where you want to be. It's definitely the team that you want to be in at the moment. Everyone is so positive, and it's more of not just individual performances that we're excited about, but the fact that every single person, not just the ones that are playing on the field, but also the girls that are on the bench, bringing us in water and just helping us, cheering for us from outside the field. I think all 15 of us, plus the support staff, have just been working together so much. And something that we've really been trying to work on off the field is a lot of team bonding activities. And I think these wins just show how just mirror like how much effort we've been putting on off the field and how much really we want this. We're all fighting for one goal. And that's just to qualify to the next rounds and get as far as we can in this World Cup. So the fact that we have a really good start is just amazing. We're not getting too ahead of ourselves though, and we're getting ready for that game against Pakistan tomorrow.
Great. And I know as the captain and the leader of the team, definitely you would have to be working pretty close with the coach of the team who has also a big responsibility. Could you just tell us a little bit about the coach, that you guys have, in terms of his experience and what he brings to this team?
Yeah, of course. Coach Hilton is just such a pleasure and such an honor to be working with. Um, I mean, if you want to trust anyone, it's definitely him and it's definitely his experience. He's been working with the South Africa women's team for 10 plus years. So there's definitely no doubt that he has a bunch of experience and a bunch of history behind him. So the fact that he's putting that towards us and just getting the better out of every single player and just pushing USA cricket to new heights is just admirable and just so great to work with. He's so chill. He's a great person to be talking to, working with, and yeah, I think the girls are really liking his support, and yeah.
Oh, that is nice to know. And with that, not that I'm rushing, but I'm also going to be going back. Last year, 2024, T20 World Cup, USA men team. The US did amazing, excellent. I think they overperformed in the views of some of the supporters, especially against Pakistan. Going in, beating a world-class, world championship team. Tell us some of the experience that you guys would have drawn from those players of the T20 men's World Cup team.
Yeah, just such a big honor, and it's so amazing to watch our USA men's team just perform at such heights, and just representing the USA so great on the global stage. It was such an honor to watch and see, and just watch with so much pride with how they're performing. The Talking about the game against Pakistan. It was just amazing. The super over, the nerves, the highs and lows of that game was just, you can't even put it into words. And hoping that we can also get a win against the Pakistan women's team tomorrow in our group stage. So hoping to continue that legacy. But yeah, I think the amount of global impact that the USA men's have had on world cricket is just absolutely phenomenal. People weren't like really looking into cricket before. It was just developing in the United States, but they definitely used that world stage to the biggest influence and just made it boom. There's so many people who are so involved with USA cricket now, who are now looking at USA cricket and taking it seriously, and that helps the women's, the under 19 men's, under 19 women's, and of course the men's. So what they're doing is amazing. What we've all been doing and working hard for is amazing, and we're just looking forward to carry on that legacy and that importance that we carry when we wear the USA Cricket logo on our chest.
Okay, Anika, as you were saying, the ladies wearing the US logo in their chests. I was just saying to you, that's what a question I was gonna ask. What does it mean for these ladies to be wearing the US logo across their chest wherever they go in terms of cricket?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the answer varies for everyone. I'm pretty sure the emotion that we hold in wearing the USA logo is different for everyone because everyone's different. Everyone's journeys are different to get to this level. But for me, at least, growing up and watching everyone play cricket and having such great support systems around me, and also having people who represent the USA playing cricket around me, it was always a dream. And at one point, it was my wallpaper. It still is one of my wallpapers. And it's just an immense pride to be holding this and just knowing that we have a whole country of people who are supporting us, a bunch of little girls who one day want to get to the position that we are in right now. It's an immense honor, like I said, and yeah, can't even put into words the amount of pride I have in representing this team.
Okay, going into this staging of the tournament, I know each team present different challenges. Have you guys been evaluating your opponents in this group, like England, Ireland, and Pakistan?
I mean, we definitely know that they've been playing a couple of games. But yeah, we've just been doing a lot of prep in our squad, just ready to face any tackle or any hurdle that we see across there in the pitch. So we're just doing the best we can to prepare, and the team is in great spirits.
And quick question. What do you think their chances are making out of this group?
I think there's a good chance. We're really optimistic and we're putting in a lot of work. The only thing that I'm worried about is the rain that's been here in Malaysia. But I know these girls and I know that we're gonna work around it. And we're very adaptable. So good chances. We're all optimistic and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, could you kindly tell us at least one important game along your journey that really heightened your confidence and knowing that at one day you will make the US national team?
To get into the U.S. national team, you have to perform well in the domestic circuit. So, I was young at the time. I made my debut for the senior team at just 15 years old. So, just however I performed in that domestic pathway, was good enough to convince the selectors that I was a good pick for the squad. So, I think that whole domestic circuit went well, and the years following, since we have them every year.
Okay, so as a leader, you've been chosen to lead this team. But how do you manage the pressure of you performing and also to keep the team motivated?
So we're a very vocal group. We love talking to each other. We love chatter and we love music. So just being with these girls for so many years, I've been with these girls since I was 15 years old, and I'm 18 right now. So and a half almost years of my life. So I know these girls like they're my second family. So when it comes to them and leading this group, there's no pressure for me. It's just enjoyment. The fact that I can work with these girls in a different point of view, in a different perspective compared to before. It's just something that I find a lot of joy in, finding different ways to work with them and get the best out of them. So for me, no pressure. And if there ever is, I just tell myself to enjoy the game because that is the reason why I started, because I enjoy this game. Just the small things. If it's me hitting a cover drive and it middling perfectly, that's an enjoyment. Seeing one of my fielders take a catch or I take a catch, seeing a beautiful ball bowled. All these parts of the game is why I love this sport. So not just for me, but for all the girls. We're each other's second family, so there's no pressure on my side. Just lots of love and enjoyment.
Okay. And if you don't mind me asking, what is your personal goal for this World Cup?
My personal goal would just be to get that first win for the under 19 women's team in a World Cup. It's a goal that all of us are having. So we've been thinking about this day in, day out for years, months to come. And the fact that this day is finally here and it's starting tomorrow, that is the biggest goal of this tournament right now.
Okay, and future aspiration, what would you like to see for cricket, especially here in the United States?
I think cricket in the United States has already been booming to the next level, but I would love to see more competition, more girls playing, not just young, but all ages of girls playing. I'd love to see more support. And one day I would love to see it become an NCAA certified sport so we can become a college sport as well. I know college and school and cricket is a bit of a conflict back in the US, so finding ways to get through that. And just for the domestic pathway to keep booming and thriving and just for women's cricket to be growing all over.
And if you have one message for the fans back here in the United States and your spectators, the fans, the cricket lovers, what would that message be?
It would just be to have your supports, to have your blessings for all 15 of us, our support staff. We're going into a really big tournament and we would love to see and love to make you guys proud back at home. And also, if you're the ones playing the game, just enjoy it while you can. Just make use of this age and the opportunities that you have in front of you. And at most, like I just said, enjoy the game as much as you can because that is the reason. If you ever get stuck, remember the reason why you started playing. Just remember your why. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much. We're really looking forward to this tournament. And just so you know, you have our blessing, you have our love, you have our support, and we'll be glued to our television here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.